Now is the time to live along with your soul. Since now you can be completely immersed in now, you don't need to make any effort. It's time to remember the true ability you have. Life is a game. Hi there, welcome to the StarSeed channel. I'm Yoshi. I'm Akiko. Hello. Hello. Well, we've been doing this show with trial and error each time. Well, today's topic is, it was downloaded all of the sudden. I just found out Akiko and I were thinking about the same thing while we're talking about the theme. Today's topic is that you are the creator. That's what we decided to talk about, right? Yes, that's right. Well, Akiko, what shall we start from when we were chatting before this? You mentioned that you wanted to become a monk. Yeah, I really did. Can you tell us about the details? Well, it was when I started learning about Indian philosophy. I remember when I was about 25 old or so, I just felt like becoming a monk. All my interest was towards that philosophy. I just realized at once that everything around me was illusion. Wow. When I thought about it, I had a strong urge to seek the truth and wanted to become a monk. I was 25, I was 26, but after all, I have family, parents and siblings. I especially thought about my parents. I wanted to let them see their grandchildren. I thought my parents would be sad if I became a monk at that age. So I chose my path like this, getting married and have children. I guess I'm just unusual. I've been naturally interested in the spiritual world. In my previous life, I also probably did those spiritual things again and again. That's what I think. I see, becoming a monk. Well, in my case, because my family had some complications, I was forced to live almost like a monk in that situation. I actually did things like monks do. Oh yeah, you said you did meditation. Yes, meditation, I did it too. And the environment also. Looking back at my life then, I was doing exactly what monks do when I was a child. I understand. For example, I meditated for 2 hours every day. Wow, that much? Yeah, I did. Wow. Wow. Also, that's a long time. 2 hours. Walking along a mountain path. I lived in a mountain which is elevation of 3,300 feet. After my family did a flight. From there, I went to school by bike, and I needed to come back from school. It took like 2 hours, so I needed to do something during those 2.5 hours. I was chanting something like mantra. I couldn't stand walking long without something else, so I repeated the words again and again, which sounds, I think it was like mantras. That's extreme. Yoshi, you're just amazing. Well, go ahead. So maybe I was doing what they call the trainings of ascetic practices. That's probably why I ended up chanting mantras too. I agree. It's amazing. People who have been practicing those things since their previous lives are naturally attracted to the spiritual world. That's true too, but I also wonder that at a certain time they have urge to become a monk or urge to pursue the spiritual path. So now, let's say, in your case, Akiko, you thought about becoming a monk at 25 years old, and you actually decided not to do it. And you are here now, sending spiritual messages.
It does not sound like
But
I
you
was
moved
seriously
to India, and actually you live life like a monk, don't you? Right?
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
So in that case, what do you think? I remember you mentioned before that you had gotten rid of busy everyday life, but now in India, your life is totally different, right?
Yes, it is.
It's not far from modern society.
How can I explain it? Well, actually, I live in a place like unexplored region, so I soak myself in that environment. I can live my life like a monk. I did not pursue that path when I was young because I wanted to show my children to parents or to be married and have a family, of course. But in addition to that, I thought it might be harder to live our actual lives than to abandon everything and become a monk. As a training of a soul, it's actually living is much harder. I think that's the real reason my life turned into like this, not becoming a monk. I know that was really the case. My life fell down to the rock bottom situation after that for the first time of my life.
In that case, from perspective of living
had a really tough
as the
time.
creator, when someone is at the rock bottom situation, it's definitely the chance for his transformation and a chance to realization. I think it's the condition that he has the maximum power. What do you think, Akiko? That person would let go of his ego because he can't do anything by himself. He can let go of his ego totally in that situation. What do you think about that?
You can't notice it until you get in the situation, unless you go down to the rock bottom situation and are forced to make the ultimate decision. Without the ultimate mentality, you can't realize the truth. So it is necessary to experience falling down to the rock bottom situation. I reached a point that I wanted to find. Then I realized. So after all, everything is illusion. I started wondering when I was 25 or 26 if I was the one creating what around myself. I'm 42 now, so I've been known the fact for a long time. Still, while I live like this, doing my daily work, it would be fine if my whole life is passing in India, but I have interaction with people in Japan, and I also send message to Japanese people through YouTube. Through all this interaction, I meet many people and hear various things. All the things that happen in the illusion are actually really attractive, and I also am attracted to those things. The system is really well made, I think, but deep inside, I know those are just illusion and what I created by myself, so it sometimes feel empty.
How can you tell us more about it?
Yes, I
what
feel
kind of
empty.
feeling is it?
My empty feeling? What it's like? After all, whatever wonderful and happy things happens, I'm the one who's projecting it into my world. It's like my playing alone by myself. That's what I always feel.
Yes, I do understand. You want to say something
you
like
get it?
The world you see is what you created. So, for example, Akiko that I'm talking right now is just a hologram I projected. I'm just talking to a hologram. That is just an illusionary. What is that for? I understand that feeling.
Yes, exactly. Yep. So we just do all things to taste our feelings or having special feelings for it, or wavering between hopes and despairs, since we are all vibrations. Well, but can I say it's a happy emptiness actually. I can find a good word for it, but maybe metaphor. Everything's like a metaphor. it brings me to tears when I think like I'm doing everything by myself. I created for myself all the things I have right now. I feel happy, I feel sad, empty. Well, solo play somewhat after all.
I've been telling people that life is a game as a general idea, but I even published a book about it. But still, I have still something fully understand deep inside. So I finally these days, while living in this world, once in a while I lose the sense of myself. Only once in a while, though. Let me explain. It's the feeling that myself and other people, or all around the world, is together as a one. That makes me really happy. So for me, that rather happiness than emptiness. But what you call empty feeling, everyone can be trapped in that feeling, don't you think? Like, if I create this world by myself and everything is illusion, why do I have to do this in my life? I understand people think that way in their head, but still, as Akiko often say, you can feel love with everything that happens when you and around the world you unite as one. So, it's definitely true that everything is illusion, but if it's the implication of the illusion that being united with the world around you as one, that's just derived from great love, I think. It's really hard to explain logically, but I think that's the truth. Well, it's hard to explain. I'm not sure how to use the words. So after all, everything is the divine love. All events you have, happy events, sad event, depressing event, or scary event, are created by yourself and in the divine love at the same time. In the divine love, very deep love. Maybe we just wanted to be soaked in, like a meditation. Just want to be meditating all the time. Spiritual leaders, those who I really respect, they're just in meditation stance now. I wonder why they don't show up or speak up now. But if I just guess that they may be adjusting various things in their meditation, I kind of understand their feeling. I think, well, how can I explain? We're here to experience the earth. I want to enjoy that experience too. That kind of feeling, maybe I will do it after I die after all. I sometimes feel urges to do some earth things too. I see. I kind of understand what you are saying. In short, it's true to me and you, Akiko. First, spirituality is, how should I explain? It's like you're playing the game as a character in a game setting, or in illusion, in other words. While you're soaked in the illusion, you learn the magic. That's how you go up the stage of your life. Because you want to go up to the next level, you always try hard and put your all effort in it. But if you realize that you created all of those and actually start feeling it, then you can just soak in now and you don't need to try. So I understand you feel emptiness with it, but still, while having that kind of feeling, still play with the world around you. That's kind of a balance. I love having a balance with two things, and I started feeling like play with this world to the fullest. See, I really understand your weaver feeling like playing. I know that feeling so well. I think I had the awakening process in a slower pace compared to you, Akiko. The key to wake up the key to live your life more awakening, it is to play the game. Well, I talked about it in form video, but it's just to play with the world.
Yeah, that's right. Play the world. We came to the earth to experience playing. We have a point. All of us came to earth at this timing, choose the timing of ascension, come to play on earth, and came to experience various
We
things.
tend to forget it that you say let's do things in a space scale. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I find masculine nature of myself there. I haven't felt it for a long time, but before I wasn't motivated so much. I don't know if it's just in Japan or worldwide level. It gets me excited when you say space-wide level. I got finally motivated with it. Yes.
I'm glad.
My pleasure.
I appreciate that I have you.
You are?
Now I'm more motivated. Yes, I am.
Really?
I don't know why, but I feel lonely.
Why?
How can I explain this loneliness feeling? It's been good. I like being lonely. I don't have many people who understand this kind of feeling each other. But when I think back, look around, Yoshi, you are here with me. So was Mr. Starseed Ku and my sister. There are people around me who have the same perspective as mine, who live with the consciousness of a creator. People who do not have that mindset can't see the same world I see, or should I say, they can't share the same view of the world with me. When I do something I really want to happen, I really need those people. I felt it strongly. The value of this, should I say? Oh yes, this came to me too. This consciousness as the creator is a universal consciousness. This message lives as a creator is not only with us, not only to us who live on Earth, but to the beings out in the space. Yes, that's kind of consciousness. They say that they want beings living out in the space to understand. Also, they want us to living on Earth to understand. Like what I want to tell all to understand. And there are many aliens who's fighting for each other. I don't know how far it is, but this consciousness is the strongest. And this is yourself that is creating it. So this message is strong. This consciousness will be inherited after you pass on.
In these days, I just wanted to speak out about the creator more and more. So it's my life work. My life work is to tell people that each one of us is the creator. I just want to deliver the message a million times. That's what I wrote a book. And I feel like I started recalling my work again.
That's what you're doing, Yoshi.
That's what I feel. And then go back to your story, Akiko, the empty feeling. When people became aware of the illusion as concept and started living with it, they once start feeling emptiness because this is just an illusion and everything is just you. It's natural that you feel like, oh, for what I'm living this life? But there's another aspect of the interesting. This consciousness is derived from the universe and something you share with everyone in the universe. It's rather motivational. In other words, if you are aware that you are the creator, you can do anything you want. You don't need to motivate it, but still, I found something I can call as a motivation.
Oh.
It's actually ultimate motivation. That's what I think.
Yes, I agree. The consciousness as creator is everything. That means this is
a very powerful message. What is happening on Earth? Well, it's a microcosm. What is happening in Japan is also happening in the world, and what's happening on Earth is happening in the whole universe. While we are expanding our thoughts, it's important that you don't get immersed too much in the event in front of you. Those are small things that you have created yourself, but what you believe actually affect the whole universe.
So what you mean by that is basically when you say do things on the space basis, people might wonder what they do, but it's about how you do with your own world inside.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what I want to say. And I want to say everyone has a power. Everyone is creating the world. The people have recoiled and shrunk since we've been living on Earth. Even I sometimes shrink too, but it's like acting on the stage. You just need to step out of the stage when you take a position as the creator, being conscious that you are creating everything around you. You feel everything so precious. As you mentioned a bit ago, Yoshi, this illusion, I call it illusion, has various shapes, but all of them are, how can I say, really noble and precious. I strongly feel it.
No.
I cry when I think about it.
Yeah. Now I remember I already kept suppressing my emotions. Recently I started crying. I'll be able to cry.
You can cry.
About to cry even now, but these days, this kind of feeling started to make sense to me. I just got instinctively. That's me now. When we say we're all the creators, many people would respond like, I can see myself as a creator. I want to have a talk with you toward these people. What should we do? Well, I start with my story. I using game as a metaphor. If you have a plays games such as RPG, Dragon Quest, or Final Fantasy, those who have played RPG would understand. At first, this world, I was born as a character. I thought I was a minor character, such as person A in town, or person A in town repeats only one thing. For example, he repeats, "Oh, it's hot day," every time you see him. Do you remember that kind of games? No? There's such a kind of games. So, but person A in town is a minor character. Doesn't matter if he exists or not. But if I thought myself as a person like him, but one time at the moment I decided to live my life, I realized that I can be a main character. Everyone has that kind of moment, I believe. For example, you came up with something and start your own job with it. You think about new things and spread information. At that moment, you play your role independently and live as a main character. Then once you become main character, something tough happens. I mean, tough because at the moment you try to take an action for yourself, the obstacle shows up. There are always two aspects created. The moment you want to do something, the aspect of unable to do is born. So you experience it, and then you think like, this world is so tough and it's difficult to do it. Or then many people will give up with a worthless feeling. But that situation makes you start thinking, wait a minute, because you get down super depressed and just like Akiko story of mine, hit the rock bottom situation, and then you did a live situation. At that moment you think, oh wait a minute, if I'm creating this my own world, what is the world about, right? Then you can write, if I wrote this scenario myself, why am I suffering from this situation? That's the whole story. You remember the consciousness as the creator. To take it easy to understand, I would explain this way.
once you start living as a creator, you can't blame other people for anything because everything is you, right? Nothing is responsible but you, other people or happenings nor environment. Having yourself independent and all you can do is just having fun because you are the one who wrote the scenario. So for the people who still don't get it or people who don't see it only vaguely, I think it will help them if they try to feel it and think about it in their daily life. I always tell people this kind of stuff. How about you, Akiko? What do you think the good way to explain so everyone understands consciousness as a creator?
If you look at the event around you, they change their shapes, good and bad, and you become happy and sad. Happy and sad, there are huge ups and downs. If you want to experience those ups and downs, you can keep looking outside things around you. But it's tough going up and down again and again, and you eventually start suffering or tired from it. When you're fed up with it, if you shift to the consciousness of the Creator, you can feel real happiness or a sense of satisfaction. That feeling is the true happiness, the peace of mind. You can stay in calm and peaceful mind. But still, ups and downs are fun, so you tend to focus on those ups and downs. When you feel like that's enough, I'm tired, you shift to the consciousness of the Creator. You gradually understand that everything what you is what you created.
You need to ask about you, Akiko. How many percentage of you are you with the consciousness of the Creator in your daily life?
Recently, I was more non-creative side because I went back to Japan.
Easily
I
happens
tended
in Japan,
to focus into the fact in front of me. Easily in Japan. Yeah, that's true. When I came back to India, I felt like my energy became back to myself. I realized that it was just a metaphor.
I see.
And I might have felt exhausted. Yeah, that might be the case. But even that fact was fun and I cherish it too. I'm enjoying myself. Still, this consciousness of the Creator is peaceful and I love it
message
so much.
from the space. We do it every episode at the end. The topic is really deep this time. I could say it's the deepest theme ever. And I love this theme. What is the universe saying about it?
Okay, then I will ask. Oh, you created. Tears already coming down. This is the world you created. Your soul already know it in its deep part. Therefore, you need to connect with it. The reality you see will change in a various shape. You can keep watching it if you like it, but you need to connect with your original consciousness, the consciousness of the Creator. Connect with the higher beings. Higher dimension is connected directly with the Creator consciousness. We are small parts of it. So connecting with higher beings leads our awareness of real self. It helps you to realize your real power. It's not the time to coil and shrink, saying I'm powerless or I cannot do things. That time has ended. Your reminder. Now is the time to remember your real power. Now is the time to live along your soul. Wow, amazing. What else can I receive? Please show us your real power
Now you gaze at the world you have created, the world you are creating, and the real power you have. That's what they say. Yeah, that's it.
Great. Well, if it comes to you, I want to hear it.
more?
Oh, it's amazing. We already got the wonderful messages.
A wonderful message. It is. I feel like I was saying. I mean, since the source and myself is connected directly, I feel sure now that this is what I was doing. It's just amazing. It's really is true that we are creating the world. Everyone is a creator consciousness. Every single person knows in deep, their soul knows it. People just pretend that they don't know because they have been living on earth as they did not know it. But now the time to know it has ended. It's totally over. I want more people around me who I can talk this kind of stuff, even if it's vaguely. I want to have connection with the people who know it. Starseeds people are aware of it already. I want them to live their lives boldly. I will keep sending messages that they have the power to do it. Enlightenment. I decided to demonstrate it in this world instead of becoming a monk. I was barren doing my spiritual work originally, but now my network expanded dramatically, including YouTube. That's because I'm connected with the consciousness of origin. I'm always aware of that consciousness. I'm just using that power. People tend to think I'm special, but that's not true at all. What I am trying hard to demonstrate is that it's all about you, for you. It's for myself too, but I'm doing it for all of you with my life. So please become aware of yourself. That's what I'm feeling.
Creator party, gathering of the creators, and everyone is a creator at the party. I don't know. You can imagine.
Can you imagine how fun this world is if
really,
more
this
people
theme
live
about the creator
this kind of mind?
I wrote the book about it 10 years ago. I didn't exactly understand it, even I was writing about it. Rather, I was half doubting about it, but I tried many experiments. But I said that's enough. I'm going to just say just this about this. Recent my business seminar, I kept saying this phrase.
You're terrific.
Well, you can. It was some time ago. Nobody would listen, but now people just accept it. Even business of owners, they don't leave and listen to me. And just think like, oh well, I just keep saying it. That's my theme, anyways. I'll keep saying it. If everyone start live with their consciousness, this world will be definitely more interesting and fun. Yeah. Crazy.
That's crazy. The earth would become heaven or the universe itself. It will be easy to live. Everyone would help each other naturally. What I can say, we can understand each other with energy. Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's about time. Today's theme was you are the creator. Live as the creator. Thank you very much. Shall we finish with dewa dewa as usual? Thank you very much for watching us. Dewa dewa dewa. Bye bye.
Dewa dewa. Goodbye.